He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Boeing Jackson. He's one of our own.
Boeing what? Boeing Jackson.
Oh my days.
Listen, man. I don't. Yo, it's bad.
Listen. The LA Lakers have LBJ. We have CBJ, fam.
CBJ. That's it, mate.
Listen,
Yoga sent Man United to the shops, mate.
He was like,
you said he was at the shop.
Ashley Young was like, what? New contract? Hold on a minute. What? Inter Milan? Scudetto? Alright, I'm coming.
Listen, yeah, I just want to message to all Arsenal fans.
Oh,
that crown of banter, yeah,
belongs to us.
I'll take it. It belongs to us now.
We wear it with pride. We'll wear it with. We'll do it justice before we pass it on to whoever the club is. We might have it for the next 10 years, like Liverpool with their league, chasing the league for 30 years. We might have to hold that crown.
I think 40 years, mate. We are officially Banter FC. You know what? That's probably the title of the podcast. Banter FC. Do you know what?
Ollie's on the waterline today. No juice, mate. No juice. Water.
Do you know what, man? What is going on with this football club, Norwich?
What's going on?
This football club is absolutely disarray. We just talk about. Let's just touch on Wolves. Wolves, yeah. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came with a plan. I reckon to draw that game. I'm not kidding you. He's a Glazer fan. He must have thought 37 quid to the fans, because that's a joke again. 37 quid, yeah, I got took out of my account. Yeah.
Woo! Disappeared.
Disappeared. Ding. Before the ball's even kicked, disappeared.
Jeez.
They're telling me, yeah, this is how banter the football club is. They're telling you a text message. If we draw 2 Wolves, there'll be a replay. Yeah, the money will be debited from your account. And then today, did you see it? Today was, if we draw against Watford or Tranmere,
yeah.
We've not even played damn Wolves.
Oh, they said that already?
They said it already today.
If we
draw
against
Tranmere or Wolves, Watford will be debiting your
I've run Glazers
No
like
way.
that. Especially that Saeed. Send that to him. He's directing a text to you, mate.
Way.
What's his name? Avram Glazer. Avram Glazer and Ed Woodward have got no you, mate. They're like, send this personalised message to him.
Because obviously I'm not a season ticket holder, so I don't know.
Mate, I've had enough. I feel like I'm blocking. You know when you can do that block thing, yeah?
So they sent you a text.
Sent you a text
to tell you that if we draw against Tranmere or Watford, they will be taking money off your account.
Taking money off your account.
But we haven't even played Wolves yet.
We haven't even played Wolves yet.
And we could be out as well.
And we could be out.
Jesus
But this man is trying to create all these, conclusions. Wow. Listen, mate, we could be not winning the trophy to let all this money, yeah? But then again, this is what we are right now.
This is mine.
And Aaron, man, we look at it back from Wolves.
Yeah.
No shots on target. And I know Norwich, I get you. This is not all his fault. He's got dead players. But Wolves, no shots on target. Man City looked out of our depth.
That first half.
That first half especially.
Graceful.
But for me, looking at the Wolves game, let's just touch on the Wolves game. No shots on target. Looked like he played for a draw for me. That's my own opinion. And just awful. Absolutely awful.
At least we didn't get beat.
I don't know what to say, man. I'm going to check quick.
Norwich.
What did he say?
At least we didn't get beat. Hey, at least we didn't get beat. Come on now.
That's what a lot
Keep the
of
faith,
fans
mate.
say.
We didn't get beat.
Look at the fixtures, yeah?
Yeah.
They've got one more game before they play us.
Yeah.
And we would have, we had one game as well. But they've got, like I said, the injuries of them, they're non-existent, isn't it? Like, they just don't seem to get injured.
Yo,
so
guy.
I reckon
Nuno Spiritus Santos, mate.
I reckon Nuno is gonna.
Yo, apologies to all the Catholics out there, but I'm just trying to say that's what I heard in it. His name is almost like the religious. You know what I mean? The prayer.
Right,
it's the prayer.
He's Portuguese, and Espírito Santo means Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Yo, bring that. It's that holy and that spirit.
We need some of that right now, because you know what I mean. Like, we need some praise right now.
Mate. We need
some praise, but
I think he's gonna line up the same team. With the same motivation and probably, the same instructions, and probably a bit more motivation to tell them, look, they came to ours, they didn't do shit, so we go to theirs and we will do shit. Do you know what I mean? He's probably going to tell them, I
think they have a better second team than us. They've got Neto, they've got...
Obviously, they've sold that Patrick Cotrone guy today. It was announced that he's going to go back to Italy. He's going to Fiorentina. But it's still a very strong squad, man.
But that game was awful, Aaron.
It was, man, and they could have scored loads, man. We got away with a lot in that game, man. The crossbar thing, was it Jimenez?
Yeah.
The disallowed goal from Dendonka.
Yeah.
That was harsh.
That was
harsh, yeah.
It was really harsh
Because
because
the
from
ball
where I
left
see
his
it,
and he's out. You raise you get
You
up.
raise your
Yeah,
hands,
Get
yeah.
up to get leverage.
Yeah, exactly.
That is, if you not play football, you can't be making rules like
Because
that.
from where we were standing in the away section at the Molineux, it looked like a pure header,
Yeah.
and it just
Easy.
looked like a normal goal. So yeah, we're gonna have to be careful because on set pieces they're very dangerous. They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna employ the same tactics. Overload the fullbacks and overload our wingers as well, because they know that from the middle we can't create anything anyway.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be the same thing, and it's just gonna be a question of, are we gonna concede yes or no? That's literally gonna be it.
Is that what you like now?
Yeah, that's what it is now. Every game, I feel like every game now depends on not conceding first. Because when we concede first, we come back. It's very rare that we come back.
well.
The only game I can think of.
Good night, Vienna.
Good night, Vienna, mate.
Yeah, the only game I can think of the top of my head was Sheffield.
Yeah.
They scored and we
And that's
came back.
Brandon Williams, man. That's
10
Brandon
minutes,
Williams.
boom, 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 3 goals, but then we conceded again. So that game again against Wolves, it's going to be about who concedes first. And I hope it's not us.
And Good Night Vienna is
Good night, Vienna.
on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday night? I don't know what. I didn't forget. No, Tuesday it
He's been
was.
sent on the spin.
Listen,
So he's
mate.
been
Wednesday.
sent-
I've never been embarrassed
It's Wednesday.
as a United fan.
That was Tuesday.
That for me was probably.
Tuesday night.
Oh, it was. Oh, you mean the first? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the away.
That for me brought me back to 6-1.
Yeah.
It brought me back to 3-0 at home against Liverpool. And Suarez took the piss out of us.
Yeah.
It took me back to the really, really bad days of United.
The dark days.
The dark days. And you know what, mate? I never, and this is, for me, I would never leave at half time, but the amount of people that left at half time
It was mad.
or left
Yeah.
when that third goal came in, a siege of Reds, Nuruddin. That could have been, you know what, man? Let's not be kidding ourselves. That could have been 6 or 7-0. Easy.
I tweeted it out.
Sterling didn't.
Seriously, I tweeted it out. So they scored that wonderful goal.
Yeah.
The first like 10-15 minutes, watching it on television, obviously, because
Yeah.
I had a work training thing, so I'm late, and I could have even got to game. My brethren was shouting at me, but I was that shattered, bro.
Yeah.
I just thought I'm just gonna.
And now you're probably
watch
glad.
it. Oh, I was like, seriously, I was like, me cycling there, that shattered in that cold, mate. Are you kidding me? Anyway, but so watching that first half, I was like, look at the first 10 minutes. I was like, we're like, just both teams are
Yeah, you know what?
testing each other out.
Yeah.
Soon as Bernardo put that top bins, for all I hear, I looked at the players.
They were
And
alright.
they're like, you know what, all of them, I just wanted them just to check their pants still, them shit themselves.
Seriously.
Especially Jones and Lindelof. You know what, their pants, literally, I could see brown stains, mate, when the camera was back to them. So they literally, they shit themselves after that. But anyway,
They backed off for the
so
first goal.
so you all know, yeah, I think sacking Oli ain't going to do jack. But,
Let's talk about the
let me
football.
say, I'm talking about the football.
Yeah.
This one, on this one, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for me, as somebody who defends him, absolutely abysmal tactics. Because as a coach and as further coaching staff, you're sat there, you could see, if you know anything about Man City, they're not like Siberian team.
Nah.
They're in our own city and town.
Yeah.
If you know anything about Pep Guardiola, you know Pep Guardiola, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man City. He plays the false 9. He's one of the first managers to come up with this concept, playing the false 9 and bagging the midfield, taking control of the game in midfield. When you're a position-based team, you take control of the midfield.
Especially Kyle Walker.
Yeah. No, forget the catwalk. Listen, you take control of the midfield because you don't have somebody there. So 2 centre-halves are there by themselves, marking nobody. Nobody. The thing about it, Man United, they didn't change. And the other massive thing was, I'm looking at him and thinking, the overload, the double, to me, it was good to see. Actually, on this one, I'm not sure how I was on Oli, but I'm like, wow, you hung the kid to dry. But I was glad the kid got tested in that sense.
Gomez.
No.
Williams.
I thought he stood up though.
Listen, he stood up. Double.
Yeah, he
They
did.
double
up on
him.
him, yeah.
These are not low jokes. Listen, Walker, I think he's not that much talent, but he's on form at the moment.
Yeah.
Footballers can be on form, but I think he's not the great quality.
No.
But he's quick and he's on form.
And
at
he's
the
good on
moment.
the ball, I think.
Yeah. He's on form at the moment. But Mahrez, I rate Mahrez. Mahrez is some serious boy. You know what? Before even Ola Sanchez talk, I was telling you guys, let's get Mahrez.
I said, let's get him in
I'd rather
January.
do it, you know what? Let's get Mahrez. Anyway, but this is somebody who defends Ollie and the coaching staff to the hill. Even though I worry about it's water, mate. The juice is not there anymore. I've downgraded it to water. Trust me, it's water.
Ran out of stock. Was it too
Yo,
much?
the Ollie juice, after that first half, I had to tip it out, mate. Get the back on the water. I'm back on the water. Trust me. You think I'm joking? Have a look.
Oh
Using
my
his
God.
green-
Yeah,
you can see
yeah.
that's the evidence.
Confirmed.
Water. I'm on water like me. It's called water. I'm
It went
bread
stale
like
like the football.
Yo, the juice went stale, mate. Juice started smelling. I was like, you know what? I gotta get rid. But anyway, back to my point.
Yeah.
I've already talked about. I think that feeling ain't good enough. I personally think the guy that I
All
rate-
he does is this.
Listen,
at the top
no,
line.
listen. Let me just break this a quick. Let me
Nothing.
make the point.
Yeah.
I think he got whole relegated. I don't know what you would have known that if he was an amazing coach, because then he would have left United and gone somewhere else to be an amazing number 2 somewhere else.
Yeah.
But that all done, all that boys no, that's done. Carrick, we don't know, right? Carrick, some people thought he was a world class player. I have had my reservations, but then
Doesn't
I
mean
could
you're
be
gonna
wrong.
be a world-class coach.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? I have my reservation of him as being a world class player, but that's just me. I'm out on
He
this
was
one.
rated, though.
Listen, I'm out on this one. McKenna is somebody who was talented. He was at Tottenham. He came in the youth team, and I was watching the youth team games on METV and going to some of them. I've seen really can adapt, can changing tactics mid games in the youth team. So he's talented. So he was well known about to be talented. Now, I'm watching that game, and who the hell am I? I'm an ordinary guy, and I can see, right, with the way that they're controlling the midfield. So what you do, you tell Jones, you tell Lindelof, because Jones.
So wait. Start again there. You tell Jones.
No. This is what I'm saying. You tell Jones, you stay here, right, as the main guy who gives it. Lindelof moves into midfield to give extra, because there's no striker.
Yeah.
There is no striker. Gundogan. What's his name? Gundogan,
Rodri. Boston.
and De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Them 3 are controlling, and then Sterling and Mahrez are coming in sometimes and then going out.
Yeah.
So what do you say to them? And then Walker is the extra midfielder.
That's what I just said to you. Call Walker
So
the
what do you
extra
do?
midfielder.
What do you do? You say to one of them, like you say to Rashford, stay on Walker, don't let him. And the tactic was, I know what he's trying to do. The tactic was exactly the same when we troubled them at their ground.
Yeah.
He leaves Rashford up the pitch. So
Yeah.
when the possession in the transition, he can be hit quickly. Then he can have a go at those defenders, right? He can run at them, right,
Yeah.
with a bit of space
Yeah.
in between him and the goal, right? He can have a go at them. But this time wasn't. When they conceded, you know what you do? It's a cup game. You go and say, plan change. Because what do I always say? You have to ride out the good times. You have to be patient and intelligent enough as a team to ride out when the other team's on top. You don't go and go, we're going to still play the same game. No! you ride
change.
out, you change shape, you adapt.
Yeah.
And then think, we'll have our moments in the game when we're on the front. And I didn't, Ollie, I love you, I respect you. But on this one, you took me to the water.
But then again, like Norwich said,
Yeah.
he didn't adapt to it. And after that first 10 minutes, it was crying out. You know what? Just take off Phil Jones. You know what? Take off Pereira. Why can't you do it in 30th minute? Top managers do that, but he never done it. And then I said it for me. He hung the players out to dry. Because at the end of the day, he had no answers.
Yeah.
When a manager has no answers, what happens? They absolutely fall to pieces, the players. Because they have no guidance on what to do. It looked like Rashford. For me, Rashford wasn't in the game first half. You know what I mean?
He's carrying an injury now.
Yeah. Well, and that's another injury he can't carry. We'll talk about that in a bit. We've got a long injury list.
Yeah.
But again, man, no adaptability, no play plan. Again, I thought for me, hung him out to dry.
Yeah, man. And at one point, you could see the faces of the players. Well, not literally from where I was sitting, but you could see the body language. They were looking for help. They were looking like, all right, Ollie, just say something. Tell us what to do. And he was making like weird hand gestures.
He was saying get compact.
Get
That's
compact.
what he said. Get
And
compact.
when he did that, I was like, oh shit, this is Mourinho all over again. So
But by that moment, Mourinho tactic might have been right, just to stay in the game.
Exactly.
To stay in the game.
But Ollie, it looked like he was telling him to get compact, as if to say, don't concede more. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. Then you touched on that already, Nordin, when you said that, or you said it when Walker was coming in. Basically, they played with 4 at the back.
Yeah.
Every time they went forward, one of them was helping to go forward, which automatically meant that the other fullback was tucking in and they were playing 3 at the back.
I know.
So it was every time.
And also Bravo. Bravo's always playing centre back.
He was playing a centre back because his distribution was good.
And you got other side of De Gea almost scared. But then I think that's another problem in itself.
Yeah.
But
That was terrible.
Yeah,
That to me was the worst. That was the worst.
And also, we forgot to mention Bernardo Silva. At one point, I told Flex on the fan.
He had a
I
free
didn't know
role.
what position he was playing because he was I think he was the original false nine. I think.
Yeah. He
No,
was the
no,
original.
he will say, listen,
He
But
was
then
the
De Bruyne
original,
came
but
in.
then they changed all
But
the time.
what he was doing was that when you have a team possession, the difference is that when we beat them at the Etihad is the fact that they went with a striker. They
Yeah.
almost kind of
Yeah.
matched.
They
the
forgot what they were doing.
Yeah.
In the striker. So what we did on a transition in midfield, because of Fred's tenacity,
Yeah.
moving the ball to Lingard and Lingard on a turn,
Yeah.
that was killing them.
Yeah.
So what he said here is, they even come out. De Bruyne came out and said,
15
we worked
minutes.
on it 15 minutes. And the
Jesus
15 minutes
Christ.
is what? We're going to overload the midfield. That's even too long. It's like sentence. We're going to overload the midfield. We're just going to play the passing game, keep the ball away from them. And then once they get in the ball in midfield, there's 2-3 man pressing Fred.
yeah.
Especially Fred.
Fred, I know.
Especially Fred.
'Cause he was the one who was
pressing,
asking for the ball.
He was the one that's getting the ball. And they will step to Fred. And then to me, the basic thing that Ollie, I'm like, Ollie, come on now, man. Come on, please. I'm watching the game and I'm like, I'm rubbing my eyes seriously because you know what? I wasn't ranting and raving because I knew that. I said it to people. Last time when we beat City were on abysmal form.
Yeah.
Before they played us, they won 7 out of 8.
Yeah.
And this is the 9 out of 8 now after they beat us,
yeah.
right? So they found form and rhythm, right? The problem is that missing 4 players, key players in keeper, we can't even match them. But the biggest thing was that the bit where the kick out was Phil Jones and Lindelof.
I said about Lindelof.
You know the weirdest thing? The weirdest thing is like the biggest thing that in that 15 minutes they were planning. Just say he's probably going to play Jones, so give Jones, just give him the
him the
Jones
ball.
like that. Jones like that, pass it back, give it up. And I'm looking at him and thinking, you know what? Where Greenwood is playing, if Greenwood, you know the thing about Greenwood, if you looked at the game after his game, about his own personal stats, he had 94% possession keeping hold of the ball.
Yeah, I know.
He wasn't wasting with the ball. All you have to do is make a tactical thing and think, right, they're coming to press us, right? All Greenwood have to do is go into near the centre circle and De Gea can chip the ball to him all day, every day. Because nobody was going there. De Bruyne, even Rodri were all up the pitch, pressing our midfielder and our centre backs and our full backs. So they were all pressing. All you have to do is chip that ball to somebody who's technically gifted, and then we were away. But Ollie didn't even work that out. Instead, for the 45 minutes, we were doing the same thing from goal.
He lost ideas for
and
me.
I'm like, oh my god.
He just goes,
I've never seen him so animated, first of all, because he knew he was in trouble, right? That's how you know the thing's not working and it's panicking. But let me just get back to this. Against Wolverhampton, you could see Maguire saying, Maguire saying, and I'm like, why the hell did we give Phil Jones 5-year contract if your main centre-half guy is aching and then you're getting him to play the whole game to further injure himself, and now he's out for a month apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I got told 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
How far did that look on Tuesday? How scary did that look at? Like seriously, Aaron, how far are we away from ever competing for top honours?
We're miles away. This new
I knew this stuff.
This new decade could be a very, very long one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I know that people say that the problems are bigger than Ollie and stuff. I understand that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I really do. The Glazers and Woodward are really destroying our club. I agree with that. But the Glazers, it doesn't take rocket science for anyone. You don't have to have a UEFA A license, UEFA B license, whatever license in coaching. It doesn't take a top manager to understand that you just don't play Jesse Lingard, man. You just don't play players like him.
He's had the flu.
He's out of form.
He's had the flu. He had the flu. He was out. Him, Martial.
No, he was out for Wolves, but he played against Man City.
I mean, but
Which I don't believe in that flu, but
I'm talking about the form in general. Like, a whole calendar year without a goal and an assist. Like, can you not see that?
Yeah.
Like, and then he comes out and I understand he backs him. That's a manager's job, to back your players.
But then again, Aaron, though,
Take him off.
he
You
had a
back
bad
it.
game against Wolves.
I know.
Not Wolves, sorry. He had a bad game and he's took him off at half time. Another game previously before that. He had a bad game today, sort of half time.
Yeah.
But what does he do?
That's what I mean. Like, you don't
plays
need
him again.
You don't need
But to be fair,
45
what
minutes.
numbers have we got though? Come on.
I know, but
Come
sometimes
on, guys.
I know, but then
then
you've got a guy
this-
called
this-
Angel
this is
Gomez.
where I'm gonna defend
Angel
Oli.
Gomez.
No, this is where
I'm going to defend Oli.
Wait, let
The
me make my
numbers are
point.
not there.
You don't
Yeah,
play
go on.
Jesse Lingard, and if you really want to play him, this is where the quote comes in, where he was, going on about youth, and youth. Gomez was on the bench.
I know.
Make a brave change.
I know.
Make a brave change. Take Lingard off after 30
I
minutes.
defend him, and then I'm like, damn. you're
Exactly.
right. I defend him at one point, but then I'm like, damn, you're right.
Exactly, because he keeps talking about youth, innit? So make the brave change, take him off after half an hour, bring Gomez on, because then you're not just making a statement to the fans, but you're also making a statement to Jesse himself.
Trust
and you're
me.
letting him know that, yes, you're a senior player in this club, and yes, you are important to this club, but I'm not going to let you have shit performances for four games in a row and keep picking you. That's not, because right now all we're doing right now is rewarding mediocrity.
True.
And that's not what Manchester
And that's
United
not what
is
I
about.
mean, well, obviously, because we don't have the
and it goes-
options,
and it goes back to
but you're
what you-
100% right about Gomez.
And it goes back to what you said in your fan cam, like, we're accepting mediocrity, and we can't accept that.
Yeah, and I love
can't-
Ricky.
We can't accept Jesse Lingard to have those performances and still say, oh, but he runs more than anyone. Like, what the hell?
He's got to come out and defend him.
No, but I don't think you can.
That's not Ollie.
You've
That's
got
not
to
Ollie.
stop
Man,
the
defend-
authority.
I don't know, defend him in public, but in private, take him into your office and tell him, yo, you're not going to play for the next game because you're not bringing anything to the success
not.
of the team. So I'm going
The
to play
next question, what do they do in training then?
I'm
Are they
gonna-
bagging
I'm
their
gonna-
50 goals in training?
I'm going to play someone else.
Riola, mate. He's bagging Riola. That's what he's doing.
If I was the manager, I'd take Jesse into my office and be like, yo, you're not playing well these last games. And in
Maybe
fact,
that's where he wants to go.
you
Maybe
haven't
he told him.
You haven't
Maybe
played,
how do we know he's not told him?
maybe he has. You haven't scored a goal or made an assist in over a year. So I'm going to let you chill on the bench. Not because I don't like you, but I want you to understand that you have to work, bro. Like, you have to, when you're on that pitch, work, bro.
What does that
Not
say?
Not just in terms of like running or closing in or pressing, but
Yeah.
actual quality. I want you to make something happen because you are one of the senior players. He's turning 28 at the end of this year, bro. 28, bro.
What does that say? Yeah, exactly. What does that say about what does that say about Lingard and his ambitions? That he's almost running to Riola. That now,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He
If you
wants
really
out.
look at him, I'm
Everybody
not
wants out,
discrediting
mate.
the guy,
He wants out.
I'm not, but he's running for the money now.
Yeah.
Because he knows Riola can sort you
He
out.
wants one big more contract, innit?
Yeah,
and
that's it.
basically he's threatening United, basically.
But
He's
again,
saying
we're
to him,
like now, Ashley Young rejected Manchester United.
Ashley, the dream has come true, guys. The
Let's
dream
just-
has come
let's just
true.
rewind the whole thing, man. Let's just rewind the whole thing. So,
Yeah, go on.
Chronoc,
on Tuesday, yeah? A game against City, we lose.
Remember, I showed you the tweet.
We're outside, and I'm on my phone. I show Saeed the tweet. Still got the screenshots here. I show Saeed the tweet, and the tweet says, the first one was from Fabrizio Romano, and he says,
Shout out
Inter
the
Milan, shout out the plug, man. Whenever he tweets, you know it's real. Inter Milan have asked for Ashley Young, talks ongoing with Man United, the player is ready to accept. Antonio Conte wants him strongly. So I showed to Saeed, I'm like, what? And he's like, what? So we're like, how does this even happen? Like, how did the talks begin?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing. So I do my fan cam. After that, I check my phone again. Inter and Man United are now in advanced talks for Ashley Young, back in business after Romelu Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez. Now we're like, okay, it's real. It's real. The guy wants out. But still, we're like,
Nah.
surely. Like,
Surely he'll,
talks
celebrated that.
talks might be going on, but he's going to stay. Next day, yesterday, BBC Sport. Dundee, Manchester United captain Ashley Young will join Inter Milan when his contract expires at the end of the season. I'm like, oh shit, he really wants out. But he's going to stay to the end of the season. We're going to give him a proper send-off. He's going to get flowers, testimonial, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's going to cry. Everyone's going to be happy. He's gone. He's going to move on.
This is where it gets
This
crazy.
is where it gets tricky, people. This morning, I wake up,
Drama!
No,
Like
actually,
Wiley, we don't have enough drama.
I was-
You know what I mean? I'm just enjoying the Stormzy and Wiley thing, you get me? Like, shout out to Stormzy and Wiley.
I'm at work, yeah. I check my phone and I'm like, what the hell? Sky Sports comes out and says, breaking, Manchester United have offered Ashley Young a 1-year contract extension to fend off interest from Inter Milan. So now I'm like, okay, this club is a complete joke. Now, how do you, like, and then I tweet it out.
Reacting, just reacting.
Reacting.
Not
And
in
then-
control.
and then I
Not like a
tweeted-
proper structured club.
Exactly.
Reacting.
And then I
Always
said-
ricocheting, reacting.
And then I tweeted out and I said, Manchester United in June 2019 when we signed James and Wan-Bissaka. Youth, courage, success. Manchester United in January 2020. Offer Ashley Young a new I'm like,
Come on!
this club.
Get that Simmer frame on, son. Get that Simmer frame. Where's that trolley to Tesco?
No, it's not over.
I've told you, mate. My campaign has
Really need to go on here this
Listen, that guy, you keep forgetting. You keep forgetting because There's been
Tell
other
me a bad
issues.
performance this
Listen,
season.
People like Shaw. Oh, are you kidding?
Tell me a bad
Aaron,
performance this season.
Aaron,
No,
help
but
me out.
tell me a bad performance this season.
Aaron, I'm there. At the beginning of the season, every time we've seen his name on a team sheet.
No, I never said that. No.
What's going on?
No, I said
The tweets are out there.
No. The tweets are not out there. I want to see the tweet.
My tweets are out there anyway.
I believe he should go, by the way. I believe he should go. But still, though, why is he going before?
Can I
for
finish?
me, Anders Pereira,
Yeah.
Phil Jones.
Can I just finish? Right. Phil Jones has got. Phil Jones has got. He made about 10 copies. The Glazers and Edward were getting up to funny business, right? He's got a tape somewhere in a dungeon somewhere, and if they get rid of him, that's gonna all be given to the press. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna see that. You know what I mean? That tape. Edward was sacrificing human being or whatever they're doing, right? You know what I mean? That's what's happening. So he's got a tape. So that is Phil Jones, right? Phil Jones.
Yeah, but what he's got now?
But he ain't going nowhere, man. He's got something.
You see the guy came into training today? You see the guy came in?
Listen.
What car was it?
Bro, look how to him, man. Some yellow Nissan Micro on that, man. I don't even know what it is, man.
Give up Phil Jones.
Hey, the story's not finished. So then, a very reliable journalist, again, Italian, Di Matteo, comes out and says, Ashley Young has turned down MUFC's contract offer and wants to join Inter Milan during the current transfer window. So my man wants to dip.
Of course!
He's told Solskjaer,
Well done, Ashley.
He's told Solskjaer he doesn't want to play for the club anymore. Inter are willing to pay a fee to sign him.
Boom! Jeez, man. 10 million in that.
Whatever.
Probably.
I don't care.
But where does that go?
I don't care.
Where does that go, Nuruddin? You don't
I will
understand
give
the
him a
problem.
back here. I said it.
Listen.
After Lukaku, who's the only other player I'm giving a back
Shut up, backs
to?
that one out.
The icing on the cake, just now before we met, starting from MUFC's next match, Di Matteo again, Ashley Young does not want to be named in the squad, not even on the bench.
Boom! Ashley Young, mate.
This is Manchester United in a few tweets.
Ashley Young, man. Ashley Young. That's what I want to talk about, structure.
Club
That's
captain.
what I talk about when
Yeah,
I
but
talk
where does the
about
money
people
go?
taking
Where's
it.
the money going? That 10 million, Nuruddin?
I don't listen.
Back into the Glazers' pockets.
That's what I'm saying.
So
to
why are
you.
you supporting this then?
I know I'm supporting because all of those people that go, Ashley Young is this, Ashley Young is that. It's all about youth, mate. Youth this, youth that.
Are you sure youth?
Listen to me. And Ashley Young was done out here. I know, then you know, there's 1 or 2 games in the season. He might have a decent game. He might do skullduggery kind of things.
Yeah.
He might do it. So I want to pay a tribute to Ashley Young. For the past 2-3 seasons, I've been on his case. Everybody knows that. The whole world knows that. Everybody I talk to about Man United know that Ashley Young is out here. But
How would you sum up his 10 years?
Yeah, I would like to thank Ashley Young for coming, for hard working, for giving me some really decent memories when he bent 1 or 2 against Tottenham away. He bent 1 or 2 against Arsenal. But I also like to, because there's 2 sides to Ashley Young, Tanya, right? That's the good side. Those benders, the corners, hard working.
The Fulham at home.
The Fulham at home is the one for me. The Fulham at home is when I literally was like, I'm gonna go. I was just laughing. The most throughout the game, I was laughing because I just seen the midfielder just giving him cleverly, and I'm giving the ball to him. Giving the ball. I got it. Go kick.
Every cross I was getting excited though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I wasn't getting excited. All I can hear him just panting. I remember I was sitting pitch side, and in the second half, all I hear him is go. Like fatigue, the levels of fatigue.
Like tennis and that.
Right.
Yeah.
When he's just fatigued out crossing that ball. But the last years he was done, man. Everybody knows that. He's been to more Tesco's national wide, right? There's other supermarkets available, by the way. But strictly more Tesco's. He's been pushing enough trolleys, as we all know it, right? So he's
always got up though.
Yes,
he's been professional.
Listen,
he's been a servant. You know what I mean? I think.
One thing I give it him, I'm not hearing him coming out of a drunk.
Is there not a case for him to say one more season?
No.
Was there never a case? No, but let's put it into context.
Listen,
was there never a
Warwick
case?
Jackson is about me. Watch out, mate.
Listen, mate.
What are the local boys?
Listen,
what are
mate.
the local lads?
Listen.
Get behind him, mate.
Is that all we are now?
Listen,
Bringing Baltic
all
Jackson.
I'm going to say to you is that, putting that jokes aside, Man United this is the captain.
Club captain.
Club captain. That's
And
why.
where we are right now without
That's
him.
what-
Where we are
listen,
without right now.
listen, you know what?
I
Club
told you about Harry
captain.
Maguire how good he is. Yeah?
Listen, club captain.
Yeah.
Club captain is literally.
He injured himself playing, and he wanted to play because he knows what it means to
I'm
football
talking
club.
about club captain is Ashley Young.
Ashley Young.
No, I thought you were talking about Harry Maguire.
Ashley Young, the
okay.
club captain.
Yeah, but he still is now.
This is why we took the crown from Arsenal, right? Just please, Ashley, just don't do that shit thing to us. Don't do it to us, please. Don't repeat Koscielny. Don't make
I know, I
Koscielny.
think it's
Please
classy, it's
don't.
classy.
Don't. don't repeat Koscielny because that we will then become the #1 undisputed banter club, right? But Ashley Young, it's been bid farewell. I understand your ambitions. One more big contract.
Yeah.
Go and learn a bit of Italian.
2 years, I think you could
bit
do
more
2 years.
Italian.
Yeah.
You know, get to know the culture. Football over there is slow.
Nice
the whole
pasta.
team helps you defend. The whole team. So you won't be getting. There's no Tesco in Italy as far as I can say. I have to get hold of my
there'll be
friend.
the English cafe.
Listen, my friend, I need to text my friend Gilberto and say, Gilberto, listen, is there any Tesco's in Milan? Because if it is, then he's not the guy for you. You know what I mean? But as far as I know, they've
He's
got
going to be
their
shopping
own.
in Milan, mate.
Yo, they've got a nice
From Tesco
designer.
to Milan.
Yo, that's how it is.
Trust me, man.
But you're over there, the whole team defends. The game's slower.
It's
so
suited
this
to him.
is this
I
is
get it.
suited to him. So all we can do, without giving him any testimonial, club captain has told, see you later. And in terms of structure, I keep going on about it, guys. When you have a proper structure, players can't do that to you because you've got them on lock and they cannot do that to you. But we are the jokes. We are the butt of all jokes of world football. And I wish him all the luck. But I don't want to see him ever again. I don't want to see him in a Tesco. I don't want to see him pushing a
Well, you
trolley.
won't see him again.
Brilliant.
But,
To be honest, like,
Aaron.
I echo what you're saying, man. Listen, I've looked at it from a fan perspective and went, you
Yeah.
know, it's kind of disrespectful to say I don't want to be on the bench or even on the team sheet.
But
Because,
these are reported words, by the way.
exactly, yeah, reported words. But at the same, I'm looking at it from a fan perspective and saying that. I'm looking at it from a other fan perspective and saying, you know, what are other people saying about this? Like, are they going to be like, oh no, it's fine, or are they going to be like, oh, he's a disgrace, blah blah.
Well, if it was Pogba, bloody hell.
If it was Pogba-
there'd be murder, she wrote.
I'm just saying.
Excuse me, there'll be riots, mate.
There'll be riots, mate.
Riots.
I'm looking at
Get
it.
out of here.
I'm looking at it from his perspective as well. He's probably thinking, yo, am I going to stay at United and possibly finish outside of the top 6? No trophies, no nothing, finish on the low. With everything that's going on at the club, no structure, the club's a joke, Ed is a joke, the Glazers are a joke. Or am I going to go to nice Italy, enjoy the pasta, chill with Lukaku and Sanchez,
Those designer
back
suits.
with my teammates, the designer suits, the designer shoes,
Versace, Armani
the
things are
Versace,
going.
Armani's, the Zanottis, and them man there.
Valentino and all that. whatever it is.
Am I going to go to Italy and possibly win a Scudetto because
Listen.
Inter Milan are fighting for that title with Juventus?
Might be in the Euros, you never know.
Do you know
We
what I
might
mean?
even like chance in the Euros.
The possibility of
no.
winning, possibility of winning the Scudetto, possibility of winning the Coppa Italia. I don't know if they're still in it.
Yeah.
And the guarantee of playing Champions League football next
Yeah,
season.
because it was in the Europa League.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also,
And they could come
Aaron.
back to haunt us in the Europa League.
Bro,
Aaron,
I'm
also
telling you.
today.
So he's looking at all those things and probably saying to himself, "Yo, I'm gonna go learn Italian."
You know what, there's another player that could probably go there as well. Ericsson. United have come out today, Sky Sources. They don't want Ericsson.
He don't want to come there.
No, let me say.
Well, you know what that means, innit?
Brexit FC, mate.
Brexit.
Longstaff is on his way,
Longstaff
mate.
on his
That's
way.
not it.
No, you can have that.
Longstaff is on
You
his
can
way.
have that. I'm not here. Me and
worst
Aaron
thing
down
is-
here, bro. You can have long stuff.
The worst thing is, it's not even gonna be Matty. It's gonna be Sean.
Hey! Oh, you gotta bring the ginger nut, mate. Bring the ginger, bro.
If we're gonna get a long
Yo,
step, get Matty.
are you telling
Bring
me
him
how
back
are United coming out and saying, you know what, we don't need midfielders, yeah? We know what we've got.
What? They don't need it?
No, but I'm saying that's what, you know, United are
I know
saying.
why.
This is what they're basically saying.
I know why.
No value in the market. You know, if the right player's right, listen, I hate this bullshit.
Yeah,
the
I
right
don't
player's
like
right,
it
mate.
either, yeah.
There are players out
does
there.
that mean?
It's just that United don't have the bottle, don't have the structure, don't have the football club mentality
Yeah.
to go buy someone. You know what I mean? Ericsson, for me, is a viable option. You say what you want about him. You say he's a Sanchez point two. You say he's all
I'm
that.
scared.
That.
I'm traumatized.
Yeah, but you're traumatized. But you've got a player out there, Premier League proven.
Yo,
Assists.
shout out Expressions,
Goals.
man. Expressions been telling me, mate. Expressions, man. Shout out to the brother, man. I've been inboxing him. He's been telling me the guy's done out here, mate.
Yeah, but that for done out here for Tottenham. New challenge.
Yeah.
Expressions
true.
kept
New
telling me
challenge,
that
Aaron, new
he's
challenge.
become, what is he, the grass cutter.
The Danish lawnmower.
Big up Expressions.
Oi, he was on Sky Sports doing a madness.
Oh man,
bro.
shout out to him, man.
Oh,
I was hysterical,
Bro,
man.
I watched the whole thing. I just couldn't stop laughing.
Spanish
bro.
Ric Flair and that bloody hell.
Making everyone in the studio.
Yeah, it's gotta be done.
Just go show, man. You get me? We're out here, man. But yo,
Yeah,
Ericsson.
yeah.
I know Norda's got his reservations,
Mm-hmm.
but for you, 27, right age, can play in. I think he could play in the pivot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With Fred then maybe Pogba when he comes back, or I say, you know, I mean, Gomez or something like that, or you know, for now.
Gomez went to Barcelona.
Well, apparently even Chong today, you know what I mean, looking at his options as well. Bloody hell, mate, my man's played about 3 games and he's looking at his options. I might as well come at Old Trafford and look at my options, innit? You know what I mean, man? I might as well look at my season ticket options and that, man. You get me? Because it's looking, but
Yeah, so
for me, like,
Eriksen,
we don't need Eriksen. Are you taking a mick?
I'm not his biggest fan, but in this
It's
in
an
this
emergency.
the situation
It's an
that we're in,
emergency.
It's an emergency, and he doesn't cost. It wouldn't cost a lot. A reported 17 to 20 mil. That should be nothing for United.
I think, but apparently he wants to leave though the country.
Yeah, he wants to leave the country. He wants to go abroad. So, yeah.
But Mourinho, what he said is it's very clear. He knows what he's doing. For me, that looks like a player that wants to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. For you, would you get him, yes or no?
I would get him because in this team right now, we've basically got a whole bunch of babies in our team, man. And it looks like Ollie wants a team. Like it looks like he wants to turn the team into an under 23 side.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, Borthwick Jackson, man. No disrespect to the guy, man. But come on, bro.
Kindergarten cop, mate. People have been sending me
What are we
memes like
doing? Are we playing
kindergarten cop.
Next
And Ollie's
season-
at the wheel a bit.
What are we gonna do next
That wheel's
season? Bring a
going
whole
hell
bunch
no.
of. What are we gonna do next season? Promote a whole bunch of kids from the under 16s? Like, come on, man! Like, we need experienced,
We're done out here,
grown
mate.
men in that team. With all due respect to Rashford and them, man, but they're still young in terms of age, not in terms of experience, but in terms of age. 23 still young, Martial. 22 still young, Rashford. James is 21. Wan-Bissaka's shout out to you. Shout out to Wan-Bissaka. I met him in Archie's just before I came in.
Yeah, man.
Man's on the
And
Archie's
exclusives,
milkshake,
and
mate.
exclusives.
Do you know what it is? I walked into Archie's and he was standing there waiting for his milkshake, and I just went up to him and said, "Yo, Aaron, can I have a picture?" He's like, "Yeah, of course."
Oh, so what's your name? Aaron. Yeah, man.
And do you know what
Aaron's are about.
I took the picture and I went to stand in my corner waiting for my chicken stuff, and
Aaron.
in my head, the picture I had in my head was the 2 Spider-Men pointing at each other. That was the picture I had in my head. And the funniest thing would have been if someone walked by and just went, "Aaron!"
Yes,
Both would have been like,
exactly.
yeah. But going back to Eriksen, we need grown men,
Yeah, yeah.
experience in our team, that are people that are going to lead the youth. Because right
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah. We need that.
I mean, we do have people that are going to lead the youth, but Ashley Young wants to dip.
You know what I mean?
He wants to go.
I look at Matic now,
Matic,
and
I don't
imagine
know
that there's a bid comes in, because I feel like players, there's no sentiment anymore. Like, you know, he left
Yeah,
Chelsea.
man.
If we
he's
didn't
come
have
to
those injuries that we have in midfield, I think Matic would have been gone in the bad.
No, but do
Yeah.
you think like he'd be like, you know what, sod this?
Bro, if a good bid
No, I think
comes in,
he's been flirting since the summer.
If a good bid
with
comes in-
everyone, mate.
If a bid comes in and Inter Milan look like they want to buy someone,
people have been talking about Inter Milan and
Yeah.
Tottenham. If they make a decent bid,
Nah,
It's gone, mate.
He's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna go Tottenham. When you get that slow, like him and Ashley Young, when you lose that pace,
Yeah, you wanna go
He's
Italy.
gonna go Italy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
where.
If
That's where you
if a
chill.
decent bid comes in with a nice wage and a nice,
Bro,
country,
he's been
it's gonna
flirting.
go.
No other player in our squad has flirted with other clubs as much as.
how many players do we need this January? Let's be real out here, man. How many players do United need in this
How
January
many transfers? How many players we need? Manchester United at this current moment with this injury crisis need at least 3 players.
I said 4, you know.
Yeah, that's 4.
I said a striker.
Yeah, but listen, that's 4. But that's like a proper.
That's me. That's our you know, glorified imagination.
Yeah, woohoo! That's the dream. That's the dream.
Let's write a wish list to Woodward.
Yeah, that's the dream, mate. That's you going to a beautiful restaurant and going, you know what?
Let me look at this menu.
You know what? I'm having that 2 starters, and then you know what? Actually, I don't like that. I'll have the second dessert. That's you, mate. Just
Get the Tesco
that's
value
you
or something.
feeling yourself, man. You're feeling yourself,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
But so we need 3. Emergency-wise, we need 3. But the biggest thing for me is that when I go on about structure, and people are like, that never is going on about structure. He's just going on about structure. Like that, you know what? I go to bed and I'm like structure. I wake up and I think
Favorite word, structure.
But let me tell you something. That proper club, if there was a proper structure, so Ollie's coming. He's let 8 players go, right? This is including Fellaini. It's all 8 players, right? We signed 3. Now, since the transfer market closed the last day
Well, the
till
summer one.
the first, you're on the summer one,
Okay.
till the 1st of January, this was open. What have the club been doing? So they said the right players are not being available and we couldn't get them over the line. We know we take ages, right?
Yeah.
So
this is your time.
From the when it closed in the summer to when it's open
Yeah.
in the 1st of January, what have this new recruitment team, offices, whatever, you know, these Jackie Norrie stories we've been telling you. Most of you not living in the UK. Jackie Norrie.
Legend.
BBC, BBC, CBBC, children for BBC television, you know what a story, like narratives you just told little kids. That's what the Jackie Norrie's like.
Apparently, we have the best scouting system.
Oh, of course, and all of that. We have the best training, whatever, but our players are all injured, you know what I mean? And they come back and then they have to have another operation again, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this is who we are, but anyway, what have they been doing? Because we know it takes a month to sign one player, or 6 weeks, so the transfer closed, 1st of January open. If a proper club with a proper structure knew, and they said they couldn't, those agents, those players, those clubs would have been said, right, the transfer is about to close in this summer. We're not going to do this, but let's keep talking and let's put the monies down. Let's sort this out. So
let's do what Liverpool did. Let's do the
1st of January, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, right? Players already in and done, so sorted.
Yeah.
And you know that we've been struggling with the injuries. And the craziest thing is now, it's like the Pogba surgery. McTominay is on crutches still. He's seen about.
He's still there in Hales.
He's still about. Listen, he's still about in crutches. Harry Maguire now could be out 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
So what I'm saying to you is that
Antoine Davis not fit.
Yeah. Of course,
you know what I mean?
Baye's not fit.
Baye's not. You know what? That for me,
Timbo.
Baye is there. He's on Instagram, yeah. And this is not for me having a dig, but it looks like he's training. It looks like let's go, we're ready.
No.
I don't see him anything.
You need match fitness.
I know,
Yeah,
I get
you
it,
need
but
match fitness.
I just don't see no like comments from on here about Baye's coming soon.
He'll probably get a few games with the under 23s and
the
minutes
but him, Timbo and
Timbo, yeah.
him and Timbo and Tuan Zabi, those three need to play one game in the under 23s to get up to match fit. Especially those Timbo and Eric Baye.
And I think they will. As well.
You train, listen, you can train all day.
Eric Baye feels like a new signing.
Yo, this is what I'm saying. Well, Ollie said, man of his word, and you bought into it now, aren't you?
Well, no, I said that. Forget Ollie. I don't want to hear no post-match interview. No post-match phone conference.
Ollie's waters.
I've had enough of this guy, bro. This guy's press conference are beyond the joke.
Obviously.
Makes my blood boil, man.
Bro,
we won the second half.
Are you thinking of this? Listen, I got sucked into his press conferences. They just try to make people laugh like we are making people laugh.
It's true.
He's got to give a bit of light-hearted, bit of make a laugh, have a smile. He's got to do that. He can't be depressed. Because the United fans are already down in the dumps. We're all depressed.
So what does Woodward do now? What does Woodward do now?
Listen, Woodward, I said
can he save himself now?
I said it to you again and again. He cannot be allowed to hire or sack the manager. He has to go. Like, if he sacks Ollie, this is going to paper over the cracks. We'll sign a couple of players. In a season and a half, we'll all be here again. And we'll be saying the new manager out. We'll be saying that side
with a style of football. With a style of football.
With a style of football, but to take us to the top, to take us back to where we belong, because we don't just want to go back to form.
So how do we get this guy out then?
Listen, I'm sorry to say, but get the banners out. Those of you who go to the stadium, I understand if we all leave the stadium, that ain't gonna do anything, Jack. Actually, even though I think if one stand walks out at half time, I think it's the North stand walks out at half time. If the Stretford stand walks out at half time, you know what I mean? If we all take in terms of what stand walks out, I think it would be untenable in terms of his position.
Yeah.
And then just to get the banners to say Glazers and Woodward out.
What about the people that sit next to Woodward? All them fans that are out there.
Listen.
Are they corporate fans?
Some of them are. And also he's got people working, man. He's got people.
Yeah.
He's got people who on fan cams. He's got people on fan cams who are well known, who are insiders of the club. I have never heard say Woodward Glazers out. There's certain fans who go to the stadium.
It's like a censorship. It's like we're in a communist state, man.
Yo, we're in North Korea, mate. and Kim Jong Un. Yo, Kim Jong Un is Ed Kim Jong Un. Ed Jim
Oh my days.
Ed Jim.
Yo.
Oh man, you know what? If you don't like,
Let's end it here, bro. Let's end it here, bro.
Yo, this is what it is. I don't want to take too much time, but the dictatorship is there.
Oh my days, man.
We already know.
I want to be freed.
The banners need to come out.
The
banners need to come out. The green and gold have to come out. That's all we can do. I'm not going to ask any fans to leave the club. But I'm saying those fans, I'm not asking, because some of the fans are happy with the Glazers.
Yeah.
They might be happy with Wood. And I'm not saying that you should be. I'm saying those ones who care and understand, not care, but who are bothered and understand that Ed Woodward and the Glazers have literally dragged us down for the past 7 years, and we're ricocheting from one manager to another manager to another manager. Because the other thing for me was that if let's say a structure was bought in, a footballing down was bought in, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the coach will get found out because that director of football will find out what the hell is going on. Top to bottom, do an evaluation and think, and he will get rid of people accordingly. But Ed Wood cannot be the guy to do that. And the reason he knows he doesn't want to get rid of Ole because he knows if he gets rid of Ole, the heat is on him and his position becomes untenable. So something's got to crack and something's got to happen. But I would say that to the fans who care, who want to sort this out, Liverpool did it. The way they got rid of Gillette and Hicks is walking out the games. It's coming demonstration to the games. They did it with the banners and Gillette and Hicks run.
We have Norwich on Saturday. Just to quickly.
I want to talk to you about the injuries. So we can see what give the audience bit of perspective on the injuries. How many players are out long term now?
I think McTominay's up. Yeah, Pogba, McTominay, Maguire. Well, you could call that long term. Bailly, Fosu Mensah, Tuanzebe. Anyone in midfield again?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
6 players.
6 players. But then again, that's for me 6 players that are key to this United team. And also, we haven't got any players that will come in. I feel like Dalot comes in for one game, he's injured for the next one. You know what I mean? Like, we've got players like... I just feel like we haven't got a good squad. And Norwich, you know what, mate? I just want to wrap this up quickly. I think Norwich, it's not going to be an easy game.
It's not, man.
I feel like they're a very, very good team.
I'm telling you now, man like Pookie's licking his lips going, just get me to Phil Jones, mate. Phil Jones.
They are Abba Hernandez. They got good players. What's that kid? That's that kid that Norwich got good assists.
They've got their players back from injury.
Cantwell and the other guy, the Spanish, is he Spanish or German?
The kid, the midfielder, yeah.
Buendia.
Buendia. Yo, listen, man. Aaron, bro, I don't know what. I feel like we're all gonna get confident about this. This is not an easy game.
Confident?
Well, there are people that are confident.
Podcast, mate. I called the last podcast. Our season, we're getting out
March is done.
We're already
season done in March.
Listen, I said January. By the end of the January, we're good night, Vienna, mate. I said it. I said unless because I expected the players to be in now. The midfield players should have been in now, ready to play.
And you know what? They got midfield, than us now. Cantwell, imagine Cantwell, Buendia, and Tete in the midfield. Bro, we're going to be running strings, man.
Well, other Carabao Cup could possibly be out. Most likely, we're going to be out. FA Cup.
Yeah.
I don't think league. I think we're 5 points behind Chelsea. Yeah. If we got busted again, we'll drop down against.
We've got Liverpool coming up.
Listen, I told you by the end of January, when you don't have
done.
Good night, Vienna.
That break we have, we could be done. Yeah. What's your team, man? What's your team, bro?
So I don't even know if we should start De Gea, to be honest, but it's probably going to be De Gea.
I think just to touch on it, I think for me, something needs to be sorted out. I think his whole passion for the team, his whole kind of desire to play football. I feel like he's gone, man. Like
he's been stripped of the captain scene, treated when he told the truth.
But still, his head's not in the game.
No,
so
but
I think
when that happens to you, are you going to be asked?
I see somebody in this game.
For his own good, I think it's best for him to not start the next game.
So you go Romero?
Start Romero. I would start Brandon Williams again because I think he's had 2 fantastic games.
Terrific. Let's talk about his performance before we get into it.
I know we've not, as a team, we've not played well, but that kid, you can't fault him, man. Yes,
can't fault him.
You can't fault him for
that
anything.
Kid came into that team and made me see the true colours of Shaw, mate. That kid came in and just showed me.
Battled.
And I've been happy.
You see when Foden came on and everyone was saying there was a little 1-to-1 and everyone was City fans were getting excited that Foden was about to get on the ball and do something. Brandon was like, come on in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come to the United side and fuck him out. See you later.
So I'd start Brandon Williams, centre back. That's where it's going to be tricky. I think it's going to be Jones and Lindelof again. We've got no one else.
I take one leg off Maguire.
We've got no one else unless.
Evan, could you play centre half? Have you played centre half?
I've played centre half before for like 30 minutes.
We might need you. You'll have more sense, bro. I swear.
I would get someone from the under 18s or under 23s.
Because mainly, I think one of the centre halves from the under 23s is going to be on the bench. I think Duchamp Bernard is going to be on the bench.
I'd take him. I think he's alright.
That's Axel. And then right back it's going to be Wan-Bissaka. Because Young don't want to play.
We've got players on revolt, man.
Midfield, yeah, it's going to be 4-2-3-1. He's so persistent with
Can we
that.
actually talk about a little bit about the midfield? In the second half, for the first time ever, Ollie went back to 4-3-3.
Yeah.
And you know what? Obviously, City sat back. Obviously, City will like.
I think it's
you
a
know what,
different
we're done.
game, though.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, we're done. But it's still, we look better, well better for it, even with Matic, because he just sat there. And Fred and Pereira just went and did their thing.
This is where
so
I would go.
I know City sat back.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I was watching that game. And that second, I was like, we're playing 4-3-3.
Yeah. That's why I would go for.
And the players look comfortable, didn't they?
I would go for a midfield 3. Matic to sit.
Yeah.
Fred and Pereira, and you could argue maybe put Gomez in there because I think.
But
when he come on, I thought he did all right.
I think he looked all
He could have
right.
released. He could have played in a couple of passes. There was one or two
But
passes.
again, it's the feeling. You've got to have the match feeling. You know,
Yeah.
few minutes and you're in the game. So actually, I would start Gomez.
I would.
So I would go for
Instead of
Matic
Pereira.
to sit, Matic to sit, Fred and Gomez. I would play those 3, and then up front,
Martial.
Martial up front.
I don't know why he came on for that last 5 minutes.
Martial-
You're asking for another injury.
Yeah.
No, I think it was flu. He had flu.
No, but I said like, you know.
He had flu.
Martial at number 9, right wing Greenwood. I don't
Yeah.
want to see James because he's not been
Second
been
half,
well.
bring him on
Second half maybe when the legs are tired off the defence of Norwich, then you bring him on.
Win the game.
But don't start him. That's another mistake I don't want Ollie to make. Don't start James because you've seen that he's been struggling. Because when teams find out that the only thing he has is pace. All you have to do is double up on him and he's out the game for good. So don't start James because that's just going to piss everyone off.
If you even start him, just take him off. Even second half, if nothing's
If,
working.
why do that?
if you start him and it doesn't work, half time, take him off. Take him off.
Yeah.
So Martial, Greenwood, and it's going to have to be Rashford again. But I feel like the guy's knackered because he's been playing 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row and he needs rest.
What score are you going for?
Obviously I always want my team to win, so I'm going to go 1-0.
Similar team?
Same team. It's the same team. I would play Gomez instead of Pereira.
I think Pereira doesn't really offer anything.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying it just that because, to be fair, he presses hard and he runs a lot. So I think
I've had enough of this.
He's another injury.
I've had enough of this pressing hard and running a lot. What are you? Are you a passion merchant?
No, I'm just saying.
Quality, mate.
I'm just
we want
saying,
quality.
listen,
I don't want running and passing around.
In the summer, the quality. This team that you're begging, what you always say. What's this catchphrase? We're Man United.
Yeah,
We're
that's it.
We're Man
So you're telling
United.
what I'm saying then?
We're Man United. This is it. We're Man United. We're Man United. Listen, we're not Man United. I told
Yeah,
you.
but you're saying all his words running around a lot.
Listen,
You know, he
I'll
presses.
say to you, we need a bit more guile against Norwich. Norwich are going to come and attack us because nobody respects
I think we just
anymore.
need quality.
You know
we
what?
get the goal. We can play. I think we should just.
But
play.
they're going to...
I think we should sit back, you know.
Pookie is licking
Yeah.
his lips, mate. Pookie's thinking...
Not Pookie, mate. Abba Hernandez.
Yeah, all of them. All of them.
Buendia.
all of
And
them.
Campbell. Tete.
Yo,
They've got a decent
Pookie's a
midfield.
striker. He's thinking, staying away from Lindelof, I'm just going to sit on Jones and I'm going to have fun. Watch Jones injure himself.
You know how we should end
Watch
that?
Jones injure himself.
Well, he nearly did.
I'm going to predict this. I'm making a prediction.
But you see,
Phil Jones will come off the injury.
Did you see that little clip on Twitter going around of what Mahrez did to him?
When he took him for a dog walk?
Yeah,
It's like a dog.
and then he was
took him
holding
by the leash,
He was
mate.
holding his calf a little bit.
Oh, man.
He took him by the leash, mate.
He'd be like, come on, you coming then? Wait for me.
It's like, come on, dog. Come on.
You know what? The icing on the cake was what De Bruyne did to him on that third goal, bro. Oh my god.
You know
How
what?
can you
For
leave
me, that's
yourself-
worse than Jerome
Yeah.
Boateng.
That was.
Mama just like the
Oh.
first
So
thing
you
you
know,
do.
I actually feel sorry for him because we shouldn't be forcing him on him.
No.
I actually feel sorry for him.
That is
So
where
that's
the United come into
this
play.
This is where my empathy comes in. I think he's
Empathy,
done out here.
empathy.
No,
Yeah.
empathy. Yeah, I have empathy for him because to see somebody like that in any, I don't. I know I laugh. I laugh and make jokes and bad because I'm hurting and I have to try and lift myself out of this depression, right? That's what I have to. Because Man United are therapy, aren't they? Man United ruin me.
Listen,
so
mate,
what I have to do
I need
is
therapy.
I have to create my own mindset and I have to laugh at things. But genuinely, like I said, my guy's driving a Nissan Camaro or whatever.
Mr. Camaro, yellow.
Yo, that's what
Mr.
he's doing.
Bean and all that, man.
Listen, that's
Bloody
what
hell,
he's
mate.
doing.
He's
So,
though.
do you know what? This is what I'm saying. They're literally putting him out there, like you said, and I feel bad for him because you never want to see. It's cringe. It is cringe, and you feel that feeling because you don't want anybody could have a breakdown in the middle of the football pitch, and he's like,
You know what, mate? You say that, yeah? United give me a breakdown. You know what I mean? I'm in a mental state. But what a prediction, mate?
I think this could be a draw, or Norwich are finding form apparently because they're battling for their lives.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come and attack us. Can we Can we make chances? Can we score? And I think
feel like-
Rashford, another game you think this is a game to maybe bring Rashford on late, but not to rest him. But I think we've got to go with the best team start and then take players off and hold on to the league.
Yeah.
That might be it. That might be the game.
You know what, man? Every game looks like a cup final now, and it's just a sad reality of where we are.
Definitely. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, Nuruddin, socials.
That guy, Red Devil, predicting their game. I said exactly what was going to happen. I said it couldn't be embarrassing. I said it.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. Buckle up against Norwich. Buckle up for this January. I told you all. I'm happy to be proven wrong. But with the club in our structure, what happens to you? You go get 4 or 5 injuries and you get headed out. And the thing about Ollie is that some of the blame lies with him. Some of the blame is structural and the club. Because the players are injured, and what players has he got? Like Aaron said, kindergarten cop, mate. That's what it's looking like at the moment.
Yeah.
Kindergarten cop. Aaron, socials.
Yes, man. Mr. Aaron UTD. I don't know if I've hit 3K yet, but
Let's do it, bro.
we haven't. Let's do this.
Come on, man.
3K.
Subscribe to this channel. We're going to do a podcast after this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a European football course, whatever we're doing right now after this. But go check him out. Nearly on 3K, guys. Go support his channel. Big United channel growing. But yeah, man. Same old.
Ollie's on water.
Listen, mate. I might have to have some of that water because it's, you know what I mean? It's
please.
depression mode, mate. I just look at this and I think we're in turmoil. We are a club in crisis.
Empires implode from within. And we need that actually as United fans. We shouldn't, because we need any plasters, anything that's going to paper over the cracks. We need an implosion, because after implosion, things then change.
Heal. Things that heal, but I just look at it now and I think the wound's getting deeper and deeper. But
We're
yeah,
bleeding.
We're bleeding.
We're bleeding.
Guys, like the video, subscribe to United Central, and yeah, man. I'll see you.
Internal bleeding, my friends. Internal bleeding.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Don't be depressed, guys. Don't be depressed.
Well, I am now. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Peace.